Welcome everyone to STEM Smart Academy, one of the greatest YouTube channels in Kenya, in the world, and some parts in heaven. We are going to discuss this grade 9 mathematics paper, end of term 2 exams 2026. It is a very detailed paper, which I hope at the end of it, my learners will be able to apply what they have learned here in the upcoming KC02 exams. Before we start, I'd like also to take you through our August holiday tuition program, where we handle the JSS learners, that is grade 7 to grade 9, the grade 10, that is the senior school, Form 3s and Form 4s in high school. We offer mathematics, physics, computer studies, pre-technical studies, and integrated science. Our charges are only 500 shillings per hour, where you'll have a big opportunity to interact with experienced examiners. You'll ask them questions, they'll be able to respond to you, and they can also give you guidance on the answering techniques. We have online and physical classes available. So dear learners, for more information, you can reach out via the number 07 41 30 43 11. Let us have a look at the paper now. I want to get a look at the paper. We'll discuss both the section A and the section B part of it. So learners, allow I go to question number 1 of this paper now. Kenya has 24,352,923 registered voters. How many times is the total value of digit 4 more than the value of digit 5 in this number? So already you can see we have 24 million 352,923 registered voters. How many times is the total value of digit 4? Let us get the total value of digit 4. This will be 4 times the place value. Digit 4 ones, tens, 100,000, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. So this is times a million. So this is 4 million. How many times is that total value more than the total value of digit 5? The total value of digit 5 is obtained by taking 5 multiplied by ones, tens, 100,000, tens of thousands. So times 10,000, this becomes 50,000. So how many times? What do we do here? We divide. We are going to take 4 million. Divide this by 50,000. The 4 zeros and the 4 zeros will disappear. 5 here ones, 5 into 800, it is 80. So the answer here is 80 times, which is choice B for boy. Now, having this, we are also going to have question number 2. Alice was asked to test whether the number 895,136 is divisible by 11 which expression shows the correct computation of the divisibility test? Learners, for us to respond to this question well, we need to remember how we check the divisibility test of numbers. A number is divisible by 11 if the difference in the sum of the alternating digits is either a 0, 11, or a multiple of 11. That is what you need to understand. That is what you need to understand. But when we look at this particular question, we are realizing you have the number 895, 136. Let us get the sum of the alternating digits. It will be 8 plus 5 plus 3, then 9 plus 1 plus 6. So the difference between the two, I'll take 8 plus 5 plus 3, then I subtract 9 plus 1 plus 6. This will be 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 3, this is 16. You minus 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 6 is 16. So this is 16 minus 16. So this is the correct expression. Looking at exactly what we have in the choices, we have choice C for cat. We have choice C for cat. Let me have a look at question number 3. In an examination which has 50 questions, learners were awarded as follows. For every correct answer, 2 marks. For every wrong answer, -1 marks. For every question not done, 0 marks. Chelal did 45 questions and got 37 of them correct. How many marks did Chelal get? This is a very beautiful question, learners. In this case, there are some key parameters we need to put in place here. For every question correct, 2 marks. But how many questions did this person get correct? Chelal got 37 questions correct. So 37 times 2, this is 74. Then how many questions did Chelal do? 45. Meaning out of 45, she got 37 correct. Meaning to get the number of questions that she got wrong, you take 45 minus 37. And this is it 8? Yes, this is 8 wrong. So these 8 questions that this person got wrong, you take 8, and for every wrong questions they were giving -1 marks. So you multiply this by -1, this becomes -8 marks. Then the question paper had 50 questions. Chelal only did 5 questions correct. Meaning there were 5 questions that Chelal did not do. For any question not done, it is 0 marks. So 5 times 0 to give you a 0 mark. So the total marks will be given by 74 plus -8. 74 plus -8. So when you have 74 plus -8, this exactly gives you positive 66. So you get that the total marks is 66, which is choice C for cat. Question number 4. At Masomo Bora Primary in junior school, 3/10 of the learners are boys. During an opening day, 5/6 of the boys reported and 2/5 of the girls were absent. If the total number of learners present that day were 2 or 1, which of the following calculations will give the population of learners in that school? So I want us to get it this way. During 3/4 of the learners are boys. So the number of boys is 3/10. That's the fraction that represents the boys. During an opening, 5/6 of the boys reported. So boys who reported were 5/6 times this 3/10. So this simplifies to, when you take 5/6, 5/6 times 3/10, you get a quarter. This means that a quarter of the boys reported that day. If the total number of the learners present that day were 201, so these boys that reported. Now for girls that reported, if 3/10 of the learners are boys, meaning the total number for girls should be 7/10, because the boys are 3/10, meaning now the girls should be 7/10. But now, what is the number of girls that reported? Girls that reported, we are being told 2/5 of the girls were absent. So to get the fraction for the girls that were present, it will be 7/10 multiplied by, if 2/5 were absent, meaning 3/5 were present. So this becomes 21/50. This is the girls present. Girls present, 21/50. So we are told if the number of learners that are present is 201, what do we do here? If I take the boys present, what is the fraction for the boys present? Boys present is a quarter, plus the girls present, 21/50. This one here should be equal to 201, which represents the total number of learners present. Which of the following calculations will give the population of the learners? What about the total population, which should be represented by the total fraction 1? You cross multiply. This will be 1 multiplied by 201 divided by 1 divided by 1/4 plus 21/50. So this means 1 times 201, so this will be 201. Divide this now by a quarter plus 21/50. This is now the calculation that will give the total number of learners in that school, which is exactly choice D for dog. Choice D for dog matches what we've gotten, in our computation, Which is exactly choice D for dog. Choice D for dog matches. Let us look at the next case. That is question number 5. The size of coronavirus is estimated as 0.0000621 millimeters. Which of the following shows the correct size represented in the form of a times 10 power n? So a times 10 power n is what is called the standard form. So initially we had 0.00006251. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 6.251 times 10 power negative 5. 6.251 times 10 power negative 5, which is choice B for boy. Let's look at question 6. A carpenter is making a rectangular tabletop. The length is x plus 5 centimeters and the width is x minus 2 centimeters. Which of the following represents a simplified expression for the perimeter? Perimeter is given by 2 into length plus the width. So this will be 2 into our length is x plus 5 plus the width, which is x minus 2. So this will be 2 into x plus x will be 2x. 5 minus 2, this is plus 3. Now when you open the brackets, 2 times 2x, this will be 4x, plus 2 times 3, that is 6. So the correct answer here should be 4x plus 6, which is choice C for cat. We are sorry, choice A for apple. Let's look at question number 7. We are being told Kimutai completed paper 1 of the integrated science end of term assessment and scored 55 out of 70. He was preparing for paper 2, which is marked out of 30. If the total final mark T is calculated by adding paper 1 score plus paper 2 score, which of the following inequalities represents the range of the total expected marks? So paper 1 is being marked out of 70, paper 2 is being marked out of 30. So the total marks someone can score is 100. So this means T should be less than or equal to 100. You cannot exceed 100. But already this person has scored 55. So if this person has scored 55, it means this T should be greater than or equal to 55. If he scores a 0 in paper 2, he will be having 55. If he scores something more than that, then he will exceed 55. So the range of T will be now 55 is less than or equal to T, which is less than or equal to 100. That is the correct inequality. Looking at the choices, we have choice C for cat. We are having choice C for cat. Is less than or equal to T. Let me look at question number 8. Andrew drew a line whose equation is 4y minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. What is the gradient of the line? So we have to express this line in form of y is equal to mx plus c. In the first case, I'll have 4y being equal to, this will go then become 7x minus 3. Then divide through by 4, by 4, by 4. I'm now getting this and this cancel. I'll be having y is equals to 7 over 4x minus 3 over 4. The coefficient of x becomes your gradient. So my gradient here is 7 over 4, which is one whole number 3 over 4, which is choice D for dog. Choice D for dog for that question number 8. Minus 3 over 4. I have a look at question number 9 now. Grade 9 learners were working on matrices during a mathematics lesson. 2x, 12, 17x plus this matrix to give you this. Which of the following numbers correctly replaced letters x and y in the first and second matrix? In the first and second matrix. So how do we address this question? Wait, this means 2x plus 3y should be equal to 38. 2x plus 3y should give me 38. In the next equation, I'll say, in the next equation, we are going to say 11 plus, let me just see. I'll say x plus y to give me 15. X plus y is equal to 15. Let us solve these two equations simultaneously. I'll multiply here by 2, this by 1. I'm looking for space to work it out. When you have such, let me work it out from this end. So this will be, I'll multiply the upper equation by, I want to eliminate x. So the first equation I'll multiply by 1, the lower equation by 2. So the first equation will just remain 2x plus 3y is equal to 38. Then 2x plus 2y is equals to 30. When you subtract 2x and 2x vanishes, 3y minus 2y, that is y, is equal to that 8 minus 30, this is 8. So the value of y is 8. Once you have y as 8, remember we had x plus y is 15. So that means x plus our y, which is 8, should give us 15. Meaning y will be 15 minus 8, which is 7. So the value for y is 7. So the value for x, not y. Our x should now be 7. Our x is now 7. So x is 7, y is 8. X is 7, y is 8. That is exactly question number C for choice C for cat. Question 10. Janet bought a dress and sold it at a loss of 20%. If she sold it for 3,000, which of the following calculations shows how much she had originally bought the dress? So by selling it at 3,000, you make a loss of 20%, meaning that 80% is equivalent to 3,000. What about the buying price, which was 100%? You cross multiply. This will become 100 times 3,000 divided by 80. So when you take 100 divided by 80, that is 1.25. Is it 1.25? Let me see. I'm just trying to see. She bought a dress and sold it at a loss of 20%. Meaning, if she sold the dress at 2,000 shillings, at 3,000 shillings, which calculation shows how much she had originally bought the dress? How much she had originally bought the dress for. They want Janet's buying price for the dress. Let us see. So let us have a look at it once again. I want us to reason this way. I can say, if this expression is not giving what I want, let me see a better way to restructure it. A loss of 30% means that that Janet sold the dress at 80%. That one I think you've understood, because 100 minus 20, that is 80%. Now let the original price of the dress be P. I can say, let original price of the dress be equal to P. If the original price of the dress was P, therefore 80% is equal to 3,000. I'm going to say 80% is equivalent to 3,000. In mathematical terms, this can be written as 80% of P. So when I say 80%, when I take 80%, 80 over 100 times P, I'll be able to get 3,000. To find P, we need to divide. Remember, if 80% is 80 over 100 times P is equal to 3,000, what is 80 over 100 is 0.8. This means 0.8 P is equal to 3,000. To get the value of P, I divide here by 0.8. I also divide here by 0.8. So meaning, the final price of the dress can be obtained by taking 3,000 divided by 0.8. 3,000 divided by 0.80, which is now choice B for boy. I hope you've understood what I've done in that particular step. Learners, allow I proceed to question number 11 of our discussion. Allow I proceed to question number 11 of our discussion. Shilling at 3,000 shillings. Which calculation shows how much Onyango cycled from home to the market at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour and took 30 minutes. On his way back, he took 40 minutes to reach home. What was Onyango's speed back home? Let me first get the distance. Distance is given by speed times time. Onyango is moving at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour and moved for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is like saying 30 over 60, which gives you 2 kilometers. So the distance from home to the market is 2 kilometers. After now we've gotten this as our distance, dear learners. On his way back, you know, if the distance from home to the market is 2 kilometers, even if you are coming back from market back to home, you have to cover the 2 kilometers. But it took now 40 minutes. Now the speed is given by distance over time. The distance remains still 2 kilometers divided by the time, which is 40 minutes. So I'll have to divide this by 40 over 60. So this will become 2 times the reciprocal 60 over 40. This and this goes here 1, here 2, 2 here 1, 2 here 3. So the answer becomes 3 kilometers per hour, which is choice C for cat. 3 kilometers per hour is 40 minutes. So I'll have to divide this. Allow I have a look at question number 12. Grade 8 learners at Pandpieri School cut a tree and divided it into several logs. If each log had a diameter of 14 centimeters and a height of 30 centimeters, what is the surface area of each log? We have a log like this. The diameter here is 14, but the height is 30. So surface area will be given by 2 pi r squared. The 2 pi r squared is for the bottom and the top circular points, plus pi dh. So this will be, when I talk about 2 pi r squared, it is 2 times pi. They are saying use the calculator value of pi, very important. So I'll maintain pi times the radius. If the diameter is 14, then the radius is 7 squared, because we are squaring the radius. So this is times 7 squared, then plus pi dh. So pi times the diameter 14 times the height. What is our height? Of 30. So this will be, I know the major challenge will be how we get the radius, the pi. So open the brackets. Can you press 2 times pi? How do you press pi? You press the shift button, then that button at the bottom middle, written times 10 power x, you press it, you'll see it as written pi, then times 7 squared, you close it, plus open another bracket, again proceed pi, though that is shift, plus that button at the middle bottom line, times d, which is 14, times the height of 30, close it. So this is 1627.34. So this is the most correct answer, but because there is no answer that has been provided here, we pick the closest answer, in this case 1628. 1628. Question number 13. A container is in the shape of a cuboid Its length is 9 centimeters, width 6, and height this. Find the capacity. First get the volume, which is usually length times width times height. So the length is 9, multiply the width of 6 by the height of 13. What do we get here? So when you take 9 times 6 times 13, you are going to get 702. So this is 702 cubic centimeters. But now they want the capacity in liters. You know that 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 cubic centimeters. What about 702 cubic centimeters? You cross multiply. This becomes 1 times 702 divided by 1,000. This finally gives you 0.702 liters, which is choice A for apple. Choice A for apple is the most correct answer there. Question number 14. The length of an arc of a circle is 60.5 centimeters. If the radius of the circle is that 8.5, if the radius of the circle is that 8.5, find the size of the angle subtended. How do you get the length of an arc? Length of an arc is given by theta over 360 2 pi r. Now the length is 60.5. We substitute. This is 60.5 is equal to theta, which we are looking for, over 360 multiplied by 2 by 22 over 7 by the radius of the earth, which is 38.5. So this will be, when you take 2 times 22 over 7 times that 8.5 divided by 360, you get 60.5 being equal to 121 over 180 theta. So to get theta, you multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So my theta will be 60.5 times the reciprocal. That will be now 180 over 121. When you execute this, you get your theta being equal to 90 degrees, which is choice A for apple. Question 15. The length. The teacher marked the following angles on the board. Which of the following statements is true about the angles? K and E are co-interior angles. Look at K and E. K and E, co-interior angles. That is false. K and E are alternate angles. This one is not true. B and M are alternate. BM. Yes, this is true. A and E are corresponding angles. AE. No, AE are not corresponding. In fact, A and E are supplementary angles. DE are vertically opposite. Let me see. D and E. No, D and E are also alternate angles. So this is also false. So the most correct answer here is B for boy. Question 16. The interior angles of an octagon are this, and this. What is the value of X? Let us see. Remember that an octagon has got 8 sides. If it has got 8 sides, let me get, I want to get the size of one exterior angle. Remember, exterior angle is 360 divided by n. So in this case, it is 360. I divide by, an octagon has 8 sides. So I divide this by 8. So we are going to find the exterior angle being equal to, when you execute this, you get 45 degrees. If the exterior is 45, remember exterior angle plus interior angle should give me 180. So this means 45 plus interior angle is equals to 180, meaning the size of one interior angle will be 180 minus 45, which is giving us, is it 135? Yes. 135 degrees as the interior angle. So it means when I sum all these angles, that is 2x plus a half x plus x plus 40 plus 110 plus 135 plus 160 plus 2x plus 10 plus 185. This should sum up to, this should give you the sum of interior angles, which is obtained by taking the measure of one interior angle 135 times the number of sides, which is 8. So once we have this, let us see x plus a half x plus x. So let me first add the x's. X plus x is 3x plus this x plus this 2x, that is 5x, then plus a half, that is 5.5x, added to, then you take 40 plus 110 plus 135 plus 160 plus 10 plus 185. This becomes 640, should be equal to 135 multiplied by 8, that is 1080. Let us collect the like terms. So this will be 5.5x is equal to 1080 minus 640. So 5.5x will be equal to 1080 minus 640, you get 440. Divide by 5.5 by 5.5, you get your x being equal to, so I have 440 divided by 5.5, x is equal to 80 degrees, which is choice A for apple. I hope you've understood that particular concept. Divide by 5.5 by 5. Question 17. A surveyor wrote the length of a piece of land as 70 meters. She then represented the length as 2.8 centimeters. What is the scale in use? So this means 2.8 centimeters represents 70 meters, which is like saying 70 times 100. So that's like 7,000 centimeters. What about 1 centimeter? What does it represent? 1 centimeter will represent, I'll take 1 times 7,000 divided by 2.8. So this means 1 centimeter will represent, when you take 7,000, you divide by 2.8, you get 2,500. You get 2,500. So ideally this means the ratio is 1:2,500, which is choice D for dog. Choice D for dog. Question 18. During a mathematics lesson on gradients, grade 9 learners were discussing how to calculate the gradient of a straight line. Use the graph above to calculate the gradient of the straight line AB. Let us look at the line AB. Pick any 2 points that passes through line AB. I can pick this point. That point is the point negative 1, 0. I can pick another point here. This is negative. So this is 0, negative 1. 0, negative 1. Then I get the gradient as change in y over change in x. My change in y, dear learners, is negative 1 minus 0 all over 0 minus negative 1. So this will be negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1 over 0 minus negative 1 is positive 1. So negative 1 divided by 1 is negative 1. So the gradient in this case is negative 1. Let me see. Have I picked those points well? Because from this end I can see So any positive answer is wrong already, because this gradient must be a negative gradient. But now I can see that this line is not passing exactly on the points, because I picked here sorry. This is -1 here. Oh, sorry, I've seen where I did not do the right way. The last part, this last point here should have been negative. This should have been negative 0.5, -1. This should have been negative 0.5, -1. Negative 0.5, -1. The coordinate there is negative 0.5, -1. So we'll have now said gradient is change in y over change in x. Change in y is -1 minus 0 over change in x, which is negative 0.5. In fact, let me wrap the whole of this. The change in x would have been negative 0.5, negative 0.5 minus -1. So -1 minus 0 is -1 all over. Negative 0.5 minus -1 is like saying negative 0.5 plus 1, which is 0.5. Now I'm having 1 divided by 0.5. This is 2. -2. 1 divided by 0.5 is -2. Still, I'm not getting the correct answer. Have I done it again wrong? Let me see the points. The first point was -1, 0. -1, 0. The next point I picked was negative negative 0.5. If this is 0, this is how many units up? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. I think 1, 1, 1, 2. So it's positive 2. No, it cannot be a positive gradient. There is something I might be getting wrong here. The first point was -1, 0. This point was correct. Then negative 0.5, -1. So here you have change in y, -1 minus 0 over negative 0.5 minus minus 1. So that's like saying 0.5 plus 1. Negative 0.5 plus 1 is 0.5 divided by negative 1. You get -2. So the answer must be negative, but here the closest answer is negative 1.5. That is the answer we are going to pick. But the most correct answer here should have been -2. I hope you've understood. I think there is a problem in that question, but you must have understood exactly how we execute it. Question number 19. The figure below shows an object in form of a triangle. Use a protractor to determine the size of angle BAC. They are talking about this angle here. Ideally, this angle is less than 90. The angle is less than 90. So the most correct answer is 63 degrees. 63 degrees. Question 20. The temperature of 10 learners were recorded as this. Calculate the mean. I'm going to take 34.4 plus 34.5 plus 34.6 plus 36.1 plus 34.8 plus 36.2 plus 35.4 plus 35.8 plus 33.9 plus 35.0. All of these, ladies and gentlemen, we divided by what? By 10. So let us add using our calculator. 34.4 plus 34.5 plus 34.6 plus 36.1 plus 34.8 plus 36.2 plus 35.4 plus 35.8 plus 33.9 plus 35.0. Divide this by 10, we get 35.07, but because our answers are to one decimal place, so this becomes 35.1 degrees Celsius, which is choice C for cat. Let us now get to section B of our question paper. Section B. A number m is formed by writing all the prime numbers between 0 and 10 in descending order. Another number n is formed by writing all the composite numbers between 0 and 10 in ascending order. Find m and n. First of all, let me get the prime numbers. The prime numbers between 0 and 10, we have 2, 3, 5, and 7. Then let's also have the composite. The composite number, a composite number is a number that has more than 2 factors. Between 0 and 10 in ascending order. Find m and n. So the composite numbers here that have more than 2 factors, we have 4, 5, 6, we can have 8, we do have 9. So they are saying a number m is formed by writing all the prime numbers in descending order from the largest to smallest. So this will be 7, 5, 3, 2. Then another number n is formed by writing the composite numbers in ascending order. That is 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. When you talk about m plus n, it is 75, 32 plus 45,689. This will become, when you add 7532 plus 45,689, this becomes 53,221. Question number 22, sorry. Juma wrote the equation m power 2t plus 3 divided by mt cubed is equals to 1 on the whiteboard. During a lesson when studying indices, then he said find the value of t in this equation. There is a slight typographical error in that question paper, more so in that question number 22, and we have to correct it, because look at the second part, mt cubed. Should it be mt cubed? We need to have this corrected, because on my end I feel like it should not be so. There is a slight typographical error here. Thank you for joining. I'm seeing many people tuning in and following our lesson. That is great work, dear learners. Keep following. Share the link widely with your other friends so that they can also join and benefit from this big program. I want they should also be able to benefit from this program. If you're following us for the first time, kindly make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any update whenever we post, so that you don't miss any update whenever we post. Whenever we post. Back to this question that Juma wrote this. M power 2t plus 3 divided by mt cubed is equal to 1 on the whiteboard during a lesson when studying indices. Determine the value of t in this equation. So we need to apply the laws of indices well in answering this particular question, dear learners. You need to apply all the laws of indices so that you'll be able to get this question well. We have m power 2t plus 3 being divided by mt cubed mt power 3. That is now where there is a big challenge, and I hope my learners are very ready for it, and they are going to listen attentively as I break it down. Maybe before you come here, I think there is a number written here wrongly. The number 5. 5 is not a composite number. I think I had an issue here. The first composite number is 4, 6, 8, and 9. 5 is not a composite number. 5 is a prime number. A number cannot be a prime number at the same time as a composite number. Kindly take note of that. So this is 4689. So this summation should have been for 7532 plus 4689, and this should have given you a summation of 12,221. I think that is very, very clear. So this question is not written well. The correct way should have been m power t, and all of this is now being cubed. That is how it should have been written. Whereby now here this is equal to 1. We could have opened the bracket and proceeded by saying this is m power 2t plus 3 being divided by m power 3t is equal to 1. We have the law of indices which says a power k divided by a power y is equal to a power k minus y. When we are dividing indices with the same base, we subtract the powers. So this means, in that context, this will now become m to the power of 2t plus 3 minus 3t being equivalent to 1. But now, what do we do with this 1? Ladies and gentlemen, there is another law that says any number raised to power 0 is 1. So 1 is like saying m power 0. Because any number raised to power 0 is 1. So this will be now m power 2t minus 3t. So this will be like saying 3 minus t. Being now equivalent to m power 0. Because now we have equated with the same base, you drop the bases and proceed with the powers. So you have 3 minus t is equals to 0. When you collect the like terms, you get t is equal to 3. T is equal to 3. T is equal to 3 in that context. Let us look at question number 23. Question number 23, dear learners. Two bells ring at intervals of 35 and 42 minutes respectively. The bells ring together at 8:48 a.m. Determine the time when the bells ring together again. So when you look at it, we are going first to get the LCM. We are going to get the LCM of 35 and 42. 35 here, 42 here. 2 here, 35, 21. 3 here, 35, 7. 5 here, 7, 7. 7 here, 1, 1. So my LCM will be 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. So this will mean 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. This is 210 minutes. Meaning that the bells will be ringing together again after 210 minutes, which is equivalent to saying 3 hours because of 180. 3 hours 30 minutes. These bells will be ringing together after every 3 hours 30 minutes. So if they rang together at 8:48 a.m., to find the next time they will ring together, you have to add the 3 hours 30 minutes. So 30 plus 48, this will be 78. You less from 60, this will be 18. Then is it 78 plus 78 you less from 60. If you less 78 minus 60, you get 18. So this is 11:18 a.m. 11:18 a.m. is the time when these bells will ring. Is it? No, remember we carried 1 hour, so this is 12:18 p.m. I want you to be very keen. This is 12:18. Now it becomes p.m. Question number 24. James and Anita are designing price labels for a shop. They need to display the prices in fraction form to help customers easily compare the values. James converts a recurring decimal 0.363636 into a fraction, while Anita converts 0.636363 into a fraction. Help James and Anita by expressing their recurring decimals as fractions in the simplest form. So the first fraction r, the first decimal is the first recurring decimal is 0.363636. Then 10r will be 3.63636. Then this means 100r will be 36.3636. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 3, 100r minus r, this will be 99r being equal to 36.36 minus 0.36, this is 36. So meaning r will be 36 over 99. So my first fraction will be given by 36 over 99 in simplest form is 4 over 11. So this means that James' fraction is 4 over 11. Then let me help to convert that of Anita. Our r is 0.636363. When I multiply this by 100, this will be 100r being equal to 63.6363. When you subtract the two, 100r minus r, this is 99r, being equal to 63.63 minus 0.63, this becomes 63. Then it will mean that my r will be 63 over 99. So that ratio becomes, when you have 63 over 99, this is 7 over 11. So this means we had two people. James' fraction became 4 over 11. Then Anita's fraction became 7 over 11. 7 over 11. I hope you've understood the context there. Question number 25. We are told in question number 25 that two men can dig 9 acres of land in 12 days, working 4 hours a day. How many men are required to dig 9 acres of land in 4 days, working 3 hours a day? We have the number of men, the number of acres, the number of days, and the number of hours per day. So when we categorize this, two men can dig 9 acres of land in 12 days, working 4 hours a day. How many men are required to dig 9 acres of land in 4 days, working 3 hours a day? So if two men take 12 days, 4 days to be 4, the number of men have to increase. So this will become 12 over 4 multiplied by, if working 9 hours at 4 hours a day, so if two men can finish a job by working 4 hours a day, so to work 3 hours a day, meaning we need more men. So this will be 4 over 3 times now 9 over 9 times 2. This will give us, that is 12 over 4 times 4 over 3 times 9 over 9 times 2. This is 8 days. So 8 men. How many men are required? They require 8 men to have that work done. 8 men are required. I hope you've understood that analogy. 7 over 11. Now let's look at question number 26. During a group discussion, Omolo, a grade 8 learner, was not able to simplify the expression 4mn minus 4an plus 3xm minus 3xa over 4n plus 3x. Assume that you are his classmates. Show the steps you will use to help him simplify this expression. 3 marks. So the easiest and the simplest expression, let's put them into pairs. So when you have 4mn minus 4an plus 3xm minus 3xa all over 4n plus 3x, we can put them into pairs and factor out the common pair. For 4mn minus 4an, 4n is common, so I can factor out 4n. I'll be left with m minus a here, then plus 3xm minus 3xa, 3x is common, so 3x into m minus a, now all over 4n plus 3x. So in this case, when you reach here, learners, those that are outside the bracket in the numerator, we can wrap them in one bracket. So we'll have this as 4n plus 3x. Then those inside the bracket, because they are similar, we are only going to pick one. That is m minus a all over 4n plus 3x. In this case, 4n plus 3x and 4n plus 3x will cancel. my final answer will be m minus a. That is the simplified expression. And I hope you've understood what has been done in that question. It is my hope that you've understood what has been done in that particular question. Minus a here, then plus 3xm minus 3. Now, allow I go to the next question, dear learners. That is question number 27 of our discussion. We are being told a triangle ABC is right angled at A. The vertices of the triangle are A 1 negative 2, B 5 4, and C M2. The equation of BC is 5y minus x is equals to 15. Determine part A of the equation. The equation of line AC in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. They want the equation of line AC. Remember, this is the equation of BC. If this is the equation of BC, how do we get let me deal with the equation of BC. If the equation of BC is 5y being minus x is equal to 15, so this can be written as 5y is equal to x plus 15 divided by 5 divided by 5 divided by 5. So you can get y is equal to 1 over 5x plus 15 divided by 5 is 3. So that is the equation of BC in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So this means the gradient now in this case, the gradient of the line BC is a coefficient here which is 1 over 5. So the gradient of BC is 1 over 5. But how do you get the gradient? Gradient is usually given by change in y over change in x. So change in y over change in x. So the gradient, which is 1 over 5, is the same as taking 4 minus 2 over 5 minus m. So this will be 1 over 5 is equal to 4 minus 2, this is 2 over 5 minus m. When you cross multiply, you get 5 minus m is equal to 5 times 2, this is 10. Collecting the like terms, you'll have here negative m is equals to 10 minus 5. Then this is negative m will be equal to 5. Divide by negative 1 by negative 1. So m will be equal to negative 5. In fact, now even what I'm doing, I've already answered this part B. Find the value of m. M is negative 5. I've done the calculation up there. Now, we were told to find the equation of AC. AC. Now that I have the point, I have the coordinates of C, as now this is negative 5, 2. I can get the gradient of line AC. Which is change in y over change in x. So that is 2 minus negative 2 all over negative 5 minus 1. So 2 minus negative 2, this is 4 over negative 1 minus negative 5 minus 1, this is 6. So this becomes negative 2 over 3. Then how do you get the gradient? You can say y over 2 over x minus minus 5, which is x plus 5, is equals to negative 2 over 3. Then you can cross multiply. This will be 3 into y minus 2 is equal to negative 2 into x plus 5. So this is 3y minus 6 is equals to negative 2x minus 10. So this will be 3y being equal to negative 2x minus 10 plus 6. So 3y is equals to negative 2x plus minus 4. Negative 2x minus 4. So when you divide through by 4, you are going to get y being equal to, that is when you divide through by 3, we are going to get negative 2 over 3, negative 2 over 3x minus 4 over 3. You minus 4. You minus 4 over 3. Negative 2 over 3 minus 4 over 3. As simple as that. Part 28. Grace bought grade 9 bought bought some pens and pencils. If 5 pens and 3 pencils cost 840 shillings, while 5 pencils and 3 pens cost 600, find the cost of a pen and a pencil. If 5 pens, I can save now 5x plus 3 pencils, 3y, they cost 840. Remember, x is for pens, y is for pencils, while 5 pencils and 3 pens, so pens are now 3, so that is 3x, be very keen, plus pencils 5, that is 5y, they cost 600. Let us solve this one. I can eliminate x by multiplying this by 3, this by 2. So this will be 3 times 5, this is 15x plus 9y being equivalent to 840 multiplied by 3, that is 2520. Then we have this is, so this the lower one, so I should multiply by 5, not by 2. This one I should multiply by 5. 5 times this is 15x plus 25y is equal to 3000. Let us subtract. 15x minus 15x, they vanish. 9 minus 25, that is negative 16y is equal to 2520. You less 3000, that is negative 480. This means y is obtained by taking negative 480 divided by negative 16. So my y will be 30. If y is 30, remember we know that 5x, that is 5x plus 3y, 3 into y, which is 30, is equals to 840. So 3y will be 840 minus 90. So 3y will be, when you take 840 you less 90, you get 750. When you divide by 3, you get y is equals to 250. Is it making some sense? Let me see. It is my hope up to that particular point we are together. I got this is x. What did I write here? I think I've missed here. 5x, this should be 5x's, not 5x was equal to 840 minus 90. So 5x should be equal to 750. Then x will be obtained by taking 750 divided by 5 to give you 150. So they want the cost of a pen and a pencil. In this regard, a pen, remember a pen was X. So a pen is costing 150 shillings. Then a pencil is costing 30 bob. Question 29. In the figure below, A, B, and CD are arcs of two concentric circles, center O. Angle AOB is 63 degrees, and CB is equals to DA is equal to 4 centimeters. If the perimeter of ABCD is, let's look at ABCD, is 26, calculate the length OD and hence the area of the shaded region. The length OD. So let me first get the length CD. CD is the length of the arc, which is given by theta over 360 2 pi r. So I can say let the length OD be K. I can say let OD be equal to K. This is measurement here is K. So CD will be given by the length CD will be given by theta, which is 63 in this case, all over 360 multiplied by 2 by pi, which is 22 over 7, by the radius, which is K. So the length CD in this case has become, when you take 63 over 360 times 2 times 22 over 7, this becomes 1.1 K. That is the length, 1.1 K centimeters. That is the expression for the length CD. After this, I want also to compute the arc length AB. The arc length AB will be given by theta, which is still 63 over 360 multiplied by 2 by pi 22 over 7, by the radius. AB has a center radius OA, which is K plus 4 in that case. So this will become, AB will be given by, when you take 63 over 360 times 2 times 22 over 7, you get 22 over 35. Sorry, I wrote this one well. 263. So this is 1.1 multiplied by K plus 4. So this will be 1.1 K plus 4.4. This is AB. But now there is something we learned. When they talk about the perimeter, how do you get the perimeter? You take CD plus AD plus AB plus BC. So the perimeter is 26. So this is 26 is equals to CD. I've gotten my CD as 1.1 K. 1.1 K plus AD, which is 4, plus AB. My AB is 1.1 K plus 4.4 plus BC. BC is also 4. So this will be 26 is equal to 1.1 K plus 1.1 K. This is 2.2 K plus, now I'm having 4 plus 1.1 plus 4.4 plus 4. This is 13.5. Collecting like terms, I'll have 26 minus 13.5 being equal to 2.2k. So when you subtract this, you get 12.5 is equal to 2.2k, meaning that the value for k will be equal to, when you take 12.5 dividing by 2.2. Have I done it the right way, or there is a value I've omitted? Let me just confirm. I had 1.1k plus 4 plus 1.1k plus 4.4. Let me reconfirm something here. My additions. 1.1k plus 1.1k became 2.2k. Then 4 plus 4 plus 4.4, that is 8.4 plus 4. Let me check. Perimeter of A, B, C, D. A to B. Remember, AB we got it as 1.1k plus 4.4. Then you add this 4 plus CD, which is 1.1k plus this. So that is let me just see, 4.4 plus 4 plus 4, that is 12.4. Did I have here 12.4? Because when you have 4.4 plus 4 plus 4, this should have been 12.4, not 13.5. Because it's this plus, yeah, this should have been 12.4. 12.4. So this will have been 26 minus 12.4. 26 minus 12.4 is equal to 2.2k. So when you take 26 minus that, you get 13.6. 13.6 now is equal to 2.2. Have I done it the right way? I'm still confirming it. Just a minute, let me confirm my working. I feel there is a value missing. My value of k here should be, when I take 13.6 divided by 2.2, this is 68 over 11. That is 68 over 11. It is my hope that I've done that calculation the right way, because I'm just doubting here. CD should be 1.1k plus AD, which is 4, plus yes, it is correct up to that particular point. Then now, hence the area of the shaded region. How do we get the area of this shaded region? The area of the shaded region now will be worked out this way. Nataka tutumie hiyo namba, niko na online class tutakupea baadaye. Ama untext WhatsApp. Nilituma. Nililipa. Namba yako iko WhatsApp. Asante ni wewe sio ndio katika. Acha nikutumie baadaye, niko na online class. Nimelipa. Tarehe 2. Nakutumia tu, niko na nini inaendelea. Let us proceed and see how we get the area. Let us proceed and see how we get the area. Now, we've been asked in this question to get the area of the shaded region. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to be so critical here, so keen when getting the area of this shaded region. We need a lot of creativity in getting this area, but it's not a complicated stuff. The area here is simply obtained by getting the area of the bigger sector, then you subtract the area of the smaller sector. That will give you the shaded area, the area of the bigger sector minus the area of the smaller sector. That will give you the area of the shaded figure. So let us start. Let me start first by getting the area of the smaller sector. Area of the smaller sector. It is given by theta over 360 pi r squared. So our theta here is 63. So this is 63 over 360. Multiply this by 22 over 7 by the radius of the earth. Not the, sorry, by the radius here. Remember K, we had it at 68 over 11. So if we have our K at 68 over 11, and now this is now 68 over 11 as our radius. So I'll have this as 68 over 11 squared, which evaluates to, let me see, I have 63 over 360 times pi times 68 over 11 squared. This is 21.02 square centimeters. Then let's also calculate now the area of the bigger sector. Still it is theta, which is 63 over 360 multiplied by pi 22 over 7 by the radius. The radius will be now K plus 4. So this is like saying 68 over 11 plus this 4 of AD. Then you square it. So first I'll get 68 over 11 plus 4. This becomes 11 whole number, 9 over 11. Then we square this. You multiply this by 22 over 7 by 63 over 360. This becomes 76.82 square centimeters. Now the area of the shaded part, we take the bigger area of which is 76.82 we minus 21.02. What do we get here? 76.82 minus 21.02. This is 55.8. A very, very good question, and I love how the question has been set. Very, very involving. It is my hope that learners are literally understanding what is required of them. Allow I go to the next question. That is question number 30. We are doing very well, and I hope you are benefiting. I hope you are benefiting. Here. We've been told a wholesale paid 80,000 shillings for goods from a producer after being allowed a 20% discount. He sold the goods to a retailer at a profit of 10%. The retailer then sold the goods to a consumer at profit of 8%. Determine part A, the marked price of the goods at the point of production. At the point of production. This is very, very important. Let us see the best approach to that question. So a wholesaler paid 80,000 for goods from the producer where they're being produced after being allowed a 20% discount. So this means this 80,000 is equivalent to 80% of the price. What about the marked price, which should have been 100%? You cross multiply. This becomes 80,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 80. This and this goes, this one here 1. So this is 10,000 divided by 10. This is 100,000. Part B, the profit made by the retailer. He sold the goods to a retailer at a profit of 10%. So this wholesaler bought at 80,000 but sold to the retailer at a profit of 10%. So let me get the retailer's buying price. So if this person, if now this 80,000 which she bought, the 80,000 that the retailer paid for this is like 100%. If now she sold the goods to a retailer at a profit of 10%, meaning that she sold it at 110%. So this becomes 80,000 times 110 over 100. So this means I'm getting the retailer's selling price. The retailer selling price is sold to a retailer at a profit of, no, this is the wholesales, not the retailers, but the wholesaler selling price. Wholesalers selling price, it will now be, you take 80,000 times 110 divided by 100. This is 88,000, meaning that the wholesaler sold it at 88,000. This 88,000 is the retailer's buying price. So the retailer bought it at 88,000. But now the retailer also sold it to a consumer at a profit of 8%. So this 88,000 is equivalent to 100%. On selling is sold at 8% profit, meaning what about 108? I'm now getting the retailer selling price. So to compute the retailers, in fact, What about 8%? They just want the profit. Huh? Let me just ask, what about 8%? So I'm looking for the retailer's profit. To get the retailer's profit, this will be now 88,000 multiplied by 8, divide this by 100. These zeros and these zeros go. So this is 880 times 8 to give you, this person made a profit of 7,040. A profit of 7,040. That is the beauty with these questions. A very, very nice question. Let's look at question number 31. At Sabatia Junior School, a cylindrical rainwater tank with a diameter of 4.2 meters is filled to a height of 3 meters. The water was transferred into a rectangular concrete tank measuring 9 meters in length and 3.5 meters in width. Due to piping, 13% of the water was lost during the transfer. What volume of the water was transferred after the 13% loss? So let's reread the question. We have a cylindrical rainwater tank with a diameter of 4.2 and height of this filled with water. First of all, let me get the total volume. It is given by, because it is cylindrical, the total volume is given by the formula pi r squared h. So my pi here is 22/7. By the radius, if the diameter is 4.2, the radius will be 2.1 squared by the height of 3 meters. When you compute this, we are going to get 22/7 times 2.1 squared times 3. This is 41.58 cubic meters. That is the total volume of water in the cylindrical tank. It was transferred into a rectangular concrete tank, measuring this by this. Due to poor piping, 13% of the water was lost during the transfer. What volume of water was transferred? So if 13% was lost, it means from 100 when you less 13, it means 87% was transferred. So what is 87% of this? So you take 87/100, multiply this by 41.58. So this will be 36.1746 cubic meters. That is the volume of water that got transferred. I hope you've understood. I hope you've understood that particular question. I hope I've done it the right way. Part B. What was the height of the water in the rectangular tank? So this volume, remember volume is given by length times width times height. So to get the height of the water in the rectangular tank, remember this is the volume that got transferred. So we take 36.1746 is equal to the length. The length is 6 meters, so 6 multiplied by the width 3.5 by the height unknown h. So this will be 36.1746 is equal to, when you take 6 times 3.5, this gives you 21h. So that means to get h, you divide through 36.1746 divided by 21. So our h will be, when you divide through, you get your h as 1.7226 meters. That is the height of the tank, of the rectangular tank. Question number 32. Question number 32. Remember, the paper proceeds to question number 40. A chord of a circle, a chord of a circle 7 centimeters long subtends an angle of 60 degrees at the center of the circle. Determine the area correct to 2 decimal places of the minor segment. When they talk about a segment, this is the minor segment. Allow I shade it maybe that way. So to get the area of that minor segment, area of the segment is obtained by taking the area of the sector minus area of the triangle. So the area of the sector is usually given by theta over 360 pi r squared minus the area of the triangle, which is a half base times height. So let me get first the radius here. So if you have a circle like this, with these are 7, these are 60, divide this into 2, this will be 3.5, this will be 30. So if this is 90, I want the height, so this will be opposite adjacent. I'll use tan. Tan 30 is equals to opposite, which is 3.5, over adjacent, which is the adjacent part of it will be h. So this means h is 3.5 divided by tan 30. So our height in this case, when you take 3.5 divide by tan 30, you get 6.06. That is your height. So now when you have this height, it means you'll be able now to get the area of the triangle. But now for the sector, you need this radius, meaning this will be opposite and hypotenuse. I'll use sine. So I can say sine 30 is equal to opposite, which is 3.5, over hypotenuse, which I can call r, over r. So that means r is equal to 3.5 over sine 30. So when you have 3.5 divided by sine 30, you get 7. This is also 7. So the radius is also 7. Now I can apply the formula. Now my theta, which is 60 over 360, multiplied by pi by the radius, which is now 7 squared. I've gotten that. Minus the area of the triangle, which is a half, times the base 7, times the height 6.06. So this will be 60 over 360 multiplied by 22 over 7 by 7 squared. This is 25 2 over 3. You less a half times 7 times 6.06. This is 21.21. So when you less this, what are we going to get? We get 4 whole number 137 over 300, which is equal to 2 decimal places, 4.46. This is square centimeters. Allow I go to question number 33 now. Amin and Kamau are training for a marathon. Amin ran a distance of 0.845 kilometers in 5 minutes, while Kamau ran a distance of 1,280 meters in 6 minutes. Just a moment, let me, yes. Then part A of the question, who ran at a higher speed and by how much in meters per second? So what they mean here, what they mean in this question is we need to be critical thinkers. Amina ran this distance in this time, so let me convert them to meters per second. So let me get Amina's speed. let me convert this one here to meters. So this one, you remember that 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters. So if I multiply this by 1,000, this will be 845 meters divided by the time, 60 minutes. So this will be 60. Sorry, 60 times 5, because these are 5 minutes, so we multiply by 5 to convert it to seconds. So this will give you a speed of, that is like saying 845 divided by 300. This is a speed of 2 whole number 49/60 meters per second. That is for Amina. Let me also compute for Kamau. The speed of Kamau will be 120 meters, sorry, 1280 divided by 6 minutes, 6 times 60 to convert it to seconds, because now this is in meters, this has now become in seconds. So that's like saying 1280 divided by 360. This is 3 whole number 5/9 meters per second. Let's get the difference. When you take 3 whole number 5/9 minus 2 whole number 49/60, this gives a difference of let me see. This gives a difference of by how much? By, this is a difference of 133/180 meters per second. So the person who ran at higher speed is Kamau by 133/180 meters per second. I hope you've understood how that question has been solved. Have I done it the right way? When you take 845 divided by 5 times 60, what do you get? What about Kamau? Let me see. Kamau, I took 1280 divided by 6 times 60. So that is yes, we are done with that. Very well. Let's look at Kamau's goal to complete. Kamau's goal was to complete a 10,000 meter race. What percentage of the race had he completed when he stopped? So Kamau ran for 1280 meters instead of 10,000 meters. So the percentage he had completed, you take 1280 over the expected 10,000 times 100%. So this goes with this. Now I'll have this as this also and this. So I have 128/10, which is 12.8%. That is the percentage he had completed. Question 34. In the figure below, line AB is 7 centimeters and is part of a trapezium ABCD. Point R is such that the angle ABC is 60 degrees. ABC 60 degrees. The angle at B 60 degrees. Using a ruler and a pair of compass only. Part C. Part A, locate point C on BR such that BC is a half of BR. So, if BC is a half of BR, can you first measure the distance from B to R? When you measure from B to R, when you measure well the distance from B to R, what are we going to see? You're going to get a certain value. Then now you divide that value by 2. So the center of BR is somewhere here. So this is my C. Half of it. Then now complete the trapezium AB, ABCD such that DC is parallel to AB and BAD is 90 degrees. BAD is 90 degrees. This means here at A I have to construct 90 degrees. So how do I construct 90 degrees here? First, I'll have to extend. Remember, this is my A. I'll have to extend this line this way. Then from A here, make an arc, come here, make an arc, make another arc. So, you have to ensure if it is the same, what I'll do to get the height, because I need to know this particular value, I'll now join C there this way, so that I'll ensure that this is now the D. That is now our D. We are done. A surveyor represented a rectangular piece of land in a map. The rectangle measured 6 centimeters by 4 centimeters. If the scale the surveyor used was 1:20 to 2000, find the actual area of the piece of land in hectares. So 1:2000, it means if 1 centimeter on a map represents 2000 centimeters on the actual ground, what about 6 centimeters on a piece of map? So let me get the actual length. The actual length will be 6 times 2000 to give you 12,000. Let me also get the actual width. This is 2000 centimeters. The actual width will be 6 times, not 6 but 4. 4 times 2000, which is 8000 centimeters. When you divide by 100, you get 80 meters, and this one you get 120 meters. Let me calculate area. Area is length times width, so 120 times 80. This gives an area of 96. Then this is 00 square meters. But now they want it in hectares. We know that 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meters. What about 9600? You cross multiply. This will be 1 times 9600 divided by 10,000. This is 0.96 hectares. 0.96 hectares. Question number 17. At Kautini Junior School, the total number of learners in grade 9 is 50. The number of boys is X and the number of girls is Y. In grade 8, the number of boys is twice the number of boys in grade 9, and the number of girls is the same as those in grade 9. The total number of learners in grade 8 is 70. The information above was represented by the equation as this one here. You can see the equations below. On the grid provided, draw the lines representing these equations. We are told to draw the lines representing these equations. The first equation I have is x plus y is equals to 50. I'm going to come up with a table of x, y values. Let me look at so when x is 10, y is 40. When x is 20, y is 30. And when x is 30, y is 50. So y is 20. So we can draw that line. So let me plot 10, 40. 10 is here, 40 is here. 20, 30, 20, 20 is here. 20, 30, 20, that is here. 30, 20. Now I don't know where this that is. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's here. 20 is here. Yes. So from this you can draw the line. Have I? Let me get another point. And one of the main points is when x is 0, y is 50. And when y is 0, x is 50. So we have this point 0, 50 here. And 50, 0. The reason as to I've done like this is because I've seen this point I've not plotted well. So I hope you've seen exactly what is happening, because once now we finished this plotting, we are now supposed to draw the line. Let me draw the line. That is the line. Then let's get another point here. When you have 2x plus y being equal to 70, let us see xy table. When x is 0, y is 70. When x is 10, when x is 10, this will be 20, 50. This will be 25. Is it so? 20 on going there. This should be 50. When x is 20, 40, y will be 30. Those ones are enough. So 0, 70 is here. I don't know where the 70 is. You know, this graph has not been plotted well. This is now the major challenge I'm facing. Assuming it's here, 1, 2, 3, maybe it's here. 10, 50, 10 on the x-axis, 50 on the y-axis is here. 20, 30, 20, 30 is here. Then from this, you can draw the line. Like that. You've seen the line. You've seen this particular line, ladies and gentlemen. They're just saying draw the lines to represent it. So you draw and make sure you label. The first one was x plus y is equals to 50. then this is 2x plus y being equal to 70. Let's look at question number 37. A school is constructing a giant decorative clock for the assembly ground. The clock will have evenly spaced hour markers placed at the corners of a regular polygon such that the angle between each pair of an hour markers is equal. The designer decides to use a regular polygon where each interior angle is 150 degrees. Help the school design the team by calculating the number of sides of the polygon. So we just need to know the number of sides of the polygon. So if each interior angle is 150, then each exterior angle, ladies and gentlemen, will be 180 minus 150. This is 30 degrees. Then now to get the number of sides of the polygon n, it is normally 360 divided by the exterior angle. So this is 360 over 30, which is equivalent to 12 sides. That is the number of sides. I hope that has been well understood, ladies and gentlemen. Just a minute, let me revisit something here because I'm seeing there's a question I want to cross check on my end. Okay. Let us make progress. We are at question number 38 now. We've been told the figure below shows the net of a solid. You can see. Name the solid. This solid, I want you to look at the measurements. They are saying Vy is equals to Vx is equals to Vw is equals to Vu is equals to 4. Uw is equals to Yx is equals to 4. So this is 3, this is 4, meaning that the figure at the center here, the base is a rectangle, then this is a rectangular based pyramid. The name here is rectangular. Sorry for that. This is a rectangular based pyramid, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing so many people following this big lesson, and I hope you are learning. Thank you a lot. So let us update this name. This should be called a rectangular base pyramid because the base is a rectangle in shape. The base is rectangular in shape, therefore the name is rectangular rectangular based pyramid. I hope that is very, very clear, ladies and gentlemen. It is my hope that that is very clear. Use the net to calculate the distance between V, X through U. Vx through U, let me see. V to X through U. How are we going to get this? The distance V to x through u. So v to x through u, it means we must pass via u. So this should be join. Let me see. V to x through u. We need to get vu, then ux. The best way to get it, we need to close this. They are saying we use this net v to x through u. This is 4. Maybe before we work it out, let me answer this other part. Below is a sketch of the solid. No, okay. Let me have the solid first drawn. When I draw this, I'm going to have a figure like this. I'm going to have a figure like this. I'm very sure from this you are going to relate what is happening. This is the solid itself if we complete it. But now this is u, w, xy, then this is v. So then when they say v to x through u, they are meaning this path, which I want you to understand now. First I'll move from v to u this way. I can hope you can see my green pen. Then now u to x, u to x. So vu is 4. But now remember uw was 4. Then this other was wx was 3. First let me get ux. If you have a rectangle like this with this as I'm explaining this in detail so that my learners get literally to understand what is required of them. That is my main objective. So if this is u, this is w, xy, and I want this diagonal ux, applying Pythagoras theorem, if this is 4, this is 3, ux will be given by 4 squared plus 3 squared, then you square root. So this is a 16 plus 9, 25. The root of 25 is 5. So ux is 5. Then it will mean that v to u will be given by, sorry, v to x is obtained by taking vu plus ux. vu is 4 plus ux 5. So this is 9 centimeters. So you realize that that particular distance, ladies and gentlemen, is 9 centimeters. I hope you've understood it well after I drew this diagram. Below is a part of a sketch of the solid. Complete the solid showing the hidden parts. Even that part now you are being asked here. Let me complete for you. The hidden parts will be shown using dotted lines. So if I have the line wx, I should have the hidden part of it. That way. Then this one also here is dotted because it's hidden. Then I'm just completing this. I'm just completing up this setup. I hope you can see. This is already what I've done. I didn't know that the question is already there, but I had done it. But now again, you can see it well completed. Then I can just say this is 4 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters. Question number 39, which is the second last. The table below shows the number of learners vaccination against COVID-19 in a certain junior school. One student is picked at random. Find the probability that the student picked is vaccinated. So we have the vaccines and the number of students. We have 12 students who did not receive the first vaccine. Then 40 students received the first dose. 45 students received the second dose, and 23 students received the booster. So let me get the total number of learners who are vaccinated. Total number of learners, I'm going to take 40 received the first dose, plus 45 who received the second dose, plus 23 who received the booster. So these are a total of 108 learners. From how many learners? When you take 108 plus 12 learners who are not vaccinated, plus 12, so this is 120. So this means the probability of that a learner picked is vaccinated is 108 over 120. This even can simplify too. When you have 108 over 120, it simplifies to 9 over 10. Only received the first dose. The first dose, we have 40 learners who received it. So this is 40 over the total number of learners, which is 120. This simplifies even to a third. Question number 40. Wanjohi visited his friend, stayed at his friend's place for some time before continuing with the walk. He later returned home. The following graph represents his journey. Determine the distance from Wanjohi's home to his friend's place. So look at it. He stayed in his friend's place for some time before continuing the journey. So meaning this is the home, the friend's home. Because you can see this part here where the graph is flat, the person was staying at the friend's home, then continued with the journey, then returned. That's how you interpret it. So when they say from the graph find the distance from Wanjohi's home to his friend's home, it is 6 kilometers. The time taken by Wanjohi to reach his friend's home, he began when the time is 0 and arrived when the time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it really here we need to be very keen. That is 2 hours. That is just a small enlargement due to some zooming, but this is 2 hours. The time Wanjohi took at his friend's home, it took also 2 hours. From his friend's home, that is 6 minus 2. That should be 4 hours. 6 minus 2 to give you 4 hours. The maximum distance Wanjohi traveled away from his home. So away from his home, this person, the maximum distance he traveled, the maximum distance is here, which is 10 kilometers. 10 10 kilometers is the maximum distance. So that is how you could have done that particular question paper. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos with your other friends so that they can also join this wonderful program. Thank you.